Sadly, there's still quite a high demand for the illegal wildlife trade in Laos. There's a lot of poaching going on for various reasons, whether it's for traditional medicine, the pet trade, bushmeat. Also due to Laos' geographical location, there's quite a few routes for these traffickers to go through. The centre was born in 2015. Here we are an independent non-profit charity registered in Laos, and since 2015 we've been striving to improve the conditions at Laos Zoo, building up our sanctuaries, rescuing as much wildlife from the illegal wildlife trade as we possibly can, and developing our conservation and education programmes. So it's all very exciting here.
Well, this is Drago. He's a Chinese water dragon who's been in the zoo for quite a long time. And he has a bad stomatitis, so that's an infection of the gums. So now we're giving antibiotics and we're just cleaning his gums.
The Laos Zoo was formed in 1994, and this was Laos' only national zoo. Even since the early days of the Laos Zoo, they would still take in donations of wildlife, whether that was through donations on their doorstep or assisting the government with confiscation missions. Then the Laos Zoo owners decided to hold talks in 2014 with the Laos government and various consulting wildlife NGOs. It was then our centre was born.
Now behind me, these beautiful animals are our hog deer, and the current thinking is there is a subspecies of hog deer called the Indo-Chinese hog deer. Now this species is critically endangered in this region and it's actually extinct in the wild in Laos. And we have quite a sizable population of this species, and we have genetic analysis currently underway, and we hope that we do have the Indo-Chinese hog deer, because then we can start doing breeding and release and bring a species back from extinction.
So in the trees above us we have one of the more unusual Southeast Asian mammals. These guys are called binturongs. Binturongs are well suited for a life in the treetops. They have some very interesting adaptations, such as their prehensile tail, so very much like some species of primates, and their back paws can rotate so they can climb up and down the trees with ease. Sadly, binturongs are classed as vulnerable. This is due to the illegal wildlife trade and deforestation.
So this is our enrichment room, and these are the volunteers preparing enrichments behind us. So enrichment is something that we give to animals in captivity to stimulate them mentally. And the reason we do this is because in the wild there are a lot more challenges towards finding food and the social systems that they have as compared to animals in captivities. In captivity, you get your food at a certain time, you get your food in a certain place in a lot of places. It's not very stimulating, and animals have an easy life that way. So the reason we give them enrichment, especially in rescue centres, is because we're trying to get them ready to go out into the wild again. The primate has to figure out how to get the sticks out, and then the food will fall out when it's finished.
So people from all walks of life can come and volunteer here. You don't need to have previous animal experience to volunteer with us. So you can come on our husbandry and enrichment based volunteer programme and come and get your hands dirty with the animals. Or if you do have previous experience, for instance, if you're a vet or a vet nurse and have a medical background, you can come and lend your skills to us. Other examples could be if you're into PR or graphic design. We're always willing to take on different kinds of volunteers, so just send us an email and we can see what we can do.
ได้อยู่15 ปี ก็มีความสุขเพราะว่าเอาสร้างลงมากินหญ้ากินอาหารก็ได้พาลงน้ำลงอย่างกินตามธรรมชาติ
As a young, independent wildlife charity, the first few years of our life we have been focusing on improving the husbandry on site. So this includes the husbandry for the Lao Zoo animals, but also the rescue, rehabilitation and release of our animals we get through our donations and through the confiscations with the government from the illegal wildlife trade. Although the redevelopment of the site is an ongoing process and we still have work to do, we're at a point now where we can start developing other projects. So these projects include our conservation projects, which we are very excited about, and also our education programs. So we feel it is of critical importance to develop these programs to change attitudes, not just in our local community, but region-wide. We feel the only way that we can truly tackle the illegal wildlife trade is to educate and change attitudes. We have a population of crocodiles here at the centre. The individuals you see behind me now, these are confirmed Siamese crocodiles. The reason why this project is so exciting is Siamese crocodiles are critically endangered in the wild, and in Laos they suspect to be less than 300 adult individuals. Here at the centre we hope to use our individuals for a breed and release programme sometime in the near future.
In this enclosure we've got Peter, our smooth-coated otter, and we've just given him a little bit of enrichment this morning. So otters are a very highly active species in the wild, more so than some of the other animals that we have here at the centre. So he actually is on our enrichment rota twice a day, and that's just to stimulate him mentally and keep him physically active as well. He's very, very intelligent, so he seems to work out his puzzles very, very quickly.
We really find it very important to involve the local community here, so all our produce and food which is bought for the animals is sourced locally, and for any construction projects, both in the past and any in the future, our materials are bought locally. And also our staff generally come from the local area.
Laos is an absolute treasure chest full of wonderful biodiversity, and we really hope through our education programs we can give Lao people the access to knowledge to see that wonderful biodiversity that they should be so proud of and they should cherish for the rest of their lives. This is our quarantine facility. This is where we keep our new arrivals when they first come to our centre, just to make sure that they're all clean and healthy before we put them out into the rest of the site. So this little guy behind us, this is Pepe. This is our infant pigtail macaque. Now Pepe was found in Vang Vieng and he was being used as a tourist prop. So he was found in a hostel to attract visitors in. So when Pepe finally arrived at our centre, he was only 3 weeks of age. He was on 100% banana diet. At this age, it's very important that they get milk. Pepe was displaying stereotypic behaviours, so these are behaviours that are generally brought on from stress. So even at 3 weeks, he was showing these harmful behaviours. And we fed Pepe around the clock, all throughout the night and all throughout the day to get him to this wonderful stage of strength that he's at now. Once we've weaned enough milk, he will be able to join the adults in one of our beautiful large primate parks.
This is Missy. She's our only sun bear. She's been at our center for just over a year. She was rescued from Vientiane, where she was being kept as a pet in a really small cage in the center of the city. Since she's been here, we've been able to give her this really large enclosure where she can express all of her natural behaviors, and we've also been able to give her a species-specific diet for the Malayan sun bear. She's had a really good life here so far.
So we're just going to release the owl into the new enclosure. It's amazing, she's so beautiful, and to see her be able to fly in an aviary is lovely.
We really feel like this centre has the utmost importance, not just for the animals on site, but for the wildlife throughout Laos. We know that we can make a difference, and we know we can make a difference through the education, conservation and combating the illegal wildlife trade.
So the issues that we have as a non-profit centre is funding, and we need the funding to support the many projects that we're undertaking.
So you can make us a donation online. You can send us specialised items, so if there's anything in the clinic that we need for our wildlife hospital or anything that goes directly to our animal husbandry, just check out our wish list and you can post us something.
So this is Iu. He's a white-cheeked gibbon, and he was found in Chai Son Boon province at an airport just under a year ago now, and when we found him he was being kept as a pet and he was very weak, and we're hoping to fundraise to get him the stage 2 rehabilitation enclosure for him, and with the potential of release back to the wild in the future.
I really do love my job. I really do think I have the best job in the world.
I absolutely love my job, and anybody who works with animals will tell you that it's not an easy job to have. It's very hard. It can be emotional at points. Though when you walk through a centre like this, and such as behind me, you see the gibbons springing through the trees, which were once from the illegal wildlife trade and potentially have a chance to be released one day, it makes it absolutely worth it.
If there's any point where you get too stressed, you can just walk out here to the bear parks and they'll cheer you right up.
Yeah, I love this job.
I like my job a lot.
That can be really fulfilling, really worthwhile.
This is a great place. We have so many animals that need looking after, and it's so wonderful to be able to help them. So I'm very happy here. I love my job.
It's just really inspiring to see.
They really try and make a difference, and I want to be part of that as well.